private prayer within their own homes may amount to breaking the law. Naturally, the government urged readers to report any fellow citizens suspected guilty of thought crime. In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat. Now, this is a security conference, and I'm sure you all came here prepared to talk about how exactly you intend to increase defense spending over the next few years in line with some new target. And that's great, because as President Trump has made abundantly clear, he believes that our European friends must play a bigger role in the future of this continent. We don't think, you hear this term, burden sharing, but we think it's an important part of being in a shared alliance together that the Europeans step up while America focuses on areas of the world that are in great danger. But let me also ask you, how will you even begin to think through the kinds of budgeting questions if we don't know what it is that we're defending in the first place? I've heard a lot already in my conversations, and I've had many great conversations with many people gathered here in this room. I've heard a lot about what you need to defend yourselves from, and of course that's important. But what has seemed a little bit less clear to me, and certainly I think to many of the citizens of Europe, is what exactly it is that you're defending yourselves for. What is the positive vision that animates this shared security compact that we all believe is so important? And I believe deeply that there is no security if you are afraid of the voices, the opinions, and the conscience that guide your very own people. Europe faces many challenges, but the crisis this continent faces right now, the crisis I believe we all face together, is one of our own making. If you're running in fear of your own voters, there is nothing America can do for you. Nor, for that matter, is there anything that you can do for the American people who elected me and elected President Trump. You need democratic mandates to accomplish anything of value in the coming years. Have we learned nothing that thin mandates produce unstable results? But there is so much of value that can be accomplished with the kind of democratic mandate that I think will come from being more responsive to the voices of your citizens.
Vice President Valence's speech to the conference has ruffled quite a few feathers in Europe.
What did he say about that?
He was talking about the freedom of speech and migration in Europe. Do you believe that European leaders have a fundamentally different view of the world than this administration?
Well, I heard his speech, and you're talking about JD's speech, right?
Yes, sir.
I heard his speech, and he talked about freedom of speech, and I think it's true in Europe. It's losing. They're losing their...
All right, carry on.
Bountiful.
Almighty. Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower? Killing spree. Dyer's mid tower use a little help. The Dire couldn't hang on to that mid-tower. Could use a hand. Dire's top tower, you know the drill. Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Dire's bottom tower's getting the business. Dire's top tower, you know the drill. Dominating eyes. Dire's lost the top tower. The Dire best Dire's bottom tower bins. Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
Thanks for standing so close.
Regeneration!
Flames very nice. Flames very nice.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
I'll shut those bits up later.
The Dire went and fortified their structures. The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Unstoppable. I stoke the furnace with your corpse.
Dire's mid-tower won't last. Dire's mid-tower can use a little help. Dire's mid-tower won't last. Dire's mid-tower can use a little help. Dire's mid-tower is having technical difficulties.
Mighty money.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower. Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower? Dire's mid-tower won't last much longer. Dire's bottom tower's getting the business. The Dire best do something about that bottom tower. Dire dominating that bottom tower. Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower? Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
Double kill.
Dire's mid-tower using the help. Dire's top tower, you know the drill. The Dire might want to mine the top tower. Dire's mid-tower's nothing now. Dire's mid-tower won't last much longer. Dire's mid-tower's having technical difficulties. The Dire best do something about that bottom tower. Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower? The Dire were large at mid-tower.